Healing your inner child. Now, how to love that part that still feels small. Did you know there's a part of you that's never gotten older? It is the part that remembers the words that were said to you, the ways you were not heard, the places you were told to shrink, the love you had to ask for, and the moments you learned that being safe was more important than being honest. That part of you is still alive, and it is still waiting for you to meet it with compassion and kindness. This is what we call the inner child, and the inner child is one of the most important steps in learning how to love yourself. What is the inner child? Now, that child is not a separate person. It is a part of your nervous system and your psyche that holds your earliest memories of love, safety, value, and connection. And when those experiences were consistent, you learn to feel, I am lovable. I can trust. I am allowed to be here. But when those experiences were missing, confusing, painful, or inconsistent, you may have learned, I have to be useful to be loved. My feelings are too much. I must not need too much. If I'm not perfect, I'm not safe. And those messages became patterns, and patterns become the way we live. Research continues to show that inner child work can help heal trauma, reduce self-criticism, and create a deeper sense of warmth and self-trust. Now, how does the inner child show up as an adult? Now, you may not notice the inner child directly, but you can see its effect. It shows up when you feel suddenly small after being criticized. It shows up when a small mistake feels like proof that you're not enough. It shows up when you're over apologizing, over explaining, or becoming very quiet in conflict. It shows up when you feel overwhelmed by ordinary life stresses as if you're back in an unsafe place. It shows up when you seek approval, rescue, or someone to finally tell you you were enough. Now, none of this means that you are broken, but it does mean you're carrying a version of yourself that was never truly held. The deeper question many people ask is, how do I learn to love myself? But underneath that question is often an older, quieter one. Can I love the part of me that felt unlovable? And this is the real work. Self-love is not only about the adult who's capable, but it's about the child who believes, if I am not perfect, I will be left. This is why healing the inner child is not just therapy. It is returning love to the places where love was missing. Now, I worked with a woman recently who said, I do everything right. I'm successful. I'm kind. I'm strong. But I still feel like a scared little child inside. And she told me that even when she was calm on the outside, she felt tense and guarded and never feeling quite safe. And when we started talking about the moments of her childhood where she learned to be quiet, perfect, and invisible, we slowly began to see that her child was living in her adult and still shaping her life. And that child believed, I must not take up much space. I must not feel too much. I must not need too much. So we started to begin to talk to that child differently, not to fix it, but to hold it. And she practiced saying things like, I see you. I am here. You do not have to earn love anymore. You are allowed to be soft. I will not leave you. And over time, something changed in her body, not because she changed her habits, but because she changed her relationship with herself. This is inner child work. It teaches you to become that safe adult that you needed. So, how do we become this inner child work? Do you need a special place or a special ritual or a special time? You can begin anytime, anywhere. This is the simplest way. Take a moment and breathe. Soften your shoulders and let your body feel supported. And ask yourself gently, what part of me is feeling small right now? What is the part that is afraid? What does that part need to know? Now listen. Do not rush in to fix, but listen. Imagine you're speaking to a child that you love deeply. Use words like, I see you. I'm not leaving. You are not too much. You are allowed to feel, and I will take care of you. You are safe with me. Now stay with this feeling for a few minutes and let it be enough that you are there. This is not just a technique. This is a reparenting. Now, this is not separate from who you are spiritually. It is sacred work. When you heal your inner child, you are not just healing your past. You are healing the way you meet your future. You are learning to love that part of you that learned to believe you were not worthy. You were learning to trust that part of you, learn not to trust. And you were learning to give safety to a part of you that never felt safe. And that changes everything. It changes how you choose, how you love, and how you live, and how you parent, and how you speak, and how you forgive. It changes your life. If you felt for a long time that something in you is waiting to be loved, this is your invitation. Start by meeting that part of you with kindness, not with pressure, not with fixing, but with true presence. Say, I am here. I see you. I will not leave. I will love you. This is how you learn to love yourself. This is how you reclaim your power. This is how you come home to your heart. If this speaks to you, stay with me in this series. Subscribe and hit the like button and join this heart-centered circle as we explore self-love, inner healing, and the return to yourself. If you're ready to go deeper, you can always explore the Return to Self 4-week private healing program. Love is the way back to yourself, and remember, love is your magic.